اللهم صل على سيدنا
He was talking about intentions, and it made me think about the saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And when you were talking about increasing in intentions, it made me think about how many times I've hidden behind my intentions, good intentions, but they weren't really, they were good intentions, but it was for my ego's sake. And I wonder, when I intend to do things and I don't do them, or they don't come to pass, if it's a sign of insincerity in what I'm trying to do.
You're putting too many things together. It's a habit that we have. Whatever that we think, number one, we're clear we follow this way. We drink from one source. You understand? Yes. We make a decision. Like the Sahabi Kiram were saying, we're making the hijrah. Everything we leave behind. It's not just possessions. Old ways of thinking. Wrong attitudes. To a people who were involved in hatred and blood feud for generations and not knowing why. To a people who love each other for Allah's sake. So hijrah is not just walking, reaching somewhere. It's leaving behind so many things. Transforming, becoming something else. So ask if we have transformed when we are here. What is stopping us? We don't want to transform. We want to bring so many things. The idea is, the reality, as the Prophet says, die before you die. But so many of us are clinging to life. But the life that we're clinging to is not even real life. Do you understand? 100%. This is illusion. When we meet real people, then they're trying to say, look at it through these eyes a little bit. Yes, we say we love them, we want to follow. But I prefer my own eyes. Okay, today I look at your eyes, tomorrow you can't force me to look at your eyes. The next day, this next day, that's where everything gets a little bit mixed up. When our Shaykh Sahibul Sahib was talking about intentions, he's not just saying make intentions, or make good intentions, or make bigger intentions. He's saying investigate your intention. Understand your intention. What is it? Why is it? Maybe what you think is good, it may not be. You're quoting from something, neither here nor there. You understand?
Yes.
Because the aim is to return to Allah, to the only reality that is not in books, that is not in buildings, that is not in place. We make such a big fuss about this. 4 elements in this world. This is one of countless planets, countless universes. As the Quran is saying, this world, this earth as we know it, this is the lowest of the low. What you're going to understand from the sun. And as Hazrat Rumi says, the light that emanates from our spirit, it will blind 1,000 suns. And you know the sun gives life. And this is all pointing to what gives life? The one who created that gives life. The one who is uncreated. The one that you think you know, but you will never know. He escapes all understanding, but he says, You may know something of me, like this, like this, like this. Everyone knows, because their knowledge is inside. It just needs to be unveiled a little bit. Everything knows. Not only mankind, ants they know, mountains they know. Anything and everything that Allah has created in these countless universes, they know their Lord and they remember Him, their Creator. Except for man, our makeup is different. It's both the highest and also can be the lowest. But the reason of our creation is completely different. Others, everything in creation, they know the name of their Lord. But the one that will truly know his Lord, to know Him, only mankind. They have been created to represent. But He gives us a choice. The only thing in the whole universe, or countless universes, that He says, I give you a choice. Nothing else has a choice. Everything behaves according to strict law. Very delicate, very powerful. A little bit more, a little bit less, there'll be no life as you know it. Everything hangs very delicately, but for man, He says, I give you what I have. That is, a will is limited. Use that will to know me. Come back. Uncover and discover. Understand? Prophets didn't come to teach something outside. Prophets came to teach you something you already know. And so in Tasawwuf we call it unveiling. You know. It's more of a scholars and academics, you have to think, read so hard to try to understand. And prophets, they come, the saints, they come, it's more like a light bulb moment. Of course. Until it becomes something that is so undeniable, like the sun. But the man who is ignorant, he can close his eyes and he says the sun doesn't exist. Does that change reality? No, it doesn't. So the intention that our Shaykh is saying, he says, look at it. Are you sure? Think. How are we going to gauge now? How are we going to think? If you want to still think like a 7-year-old, you can. But it's not going to fit you so good when you are 27 years old. You can think like a 27-year-old, better, so many ways, in some ways not so good, but it doesn't fit if you're 77 years old. So how are you going to think? How are you going to see? How are you going to hear? Where? As Maulana said again, yes, I was a mineral, and I became a vegetable. I died, and I became a vegetable. I was a vegetable, and I died. This is way before any theory of evolution, anyway. The whole idea is not about changing your physical form. It's about uncovering your spirit. That has to be transformed. It's not about incarnation. It's not about the carne. It's not about the flesh. It's about the spirit. That it has to be freed from the lower levels to the higher levels. We are sent to the lowest. This is the lowest of the low. As is I was a vegetable and I died. I became an animal. Animal, I died. I became a man. Man, I died and became higher than the angels. Everyone fears death. You see? You don't want to let go. Good things you don't want to let go. Not so good things people don't want to let go too. Because those things that you don't want to let go, that you're holding on so tightly, in reality that becomes your object of worship, your God. It's not your creator. You made it. You didn't create. We create nothing. You understand? But you made it. You start worshiping it, and you say, now this is mine. I can control it. You don't control nothing. So as I said before, it's hard. Because if you don't wake up a little bit, you don't want to change. You don't want to die. But we are not animals or planetary systems that everything is just being dictated to us and we have to follow. We're given a will. But like this or like that, death will come to us. Transformation will come. Yes? Now Shaykh says, easy way or hard way. We are going to return back to our Creator. Easy way or hard way. What it means, hard way? No, it's not about hell. Yes, the people of Sufism, they say there's no fire in hell. You bring your own fire there. You understand? But I could easily say hell is other people and all that kind of stuff. No, I want to try to drink from one source. It's nice. We drank from so many other sources before. Of course there are similarities, but sometimes we want to show what the source is. You understand?
Yes.
So it is about you need to die because you need to be transformed. You grow up, you change, you have to leave other things and you have to. But in which way? The easy way or hard way? The blessed way or not? The way of your ego or the way of your spirit, which is in accordance with divine will, swimming in divine oceans of mercy. So how are you going to gauge now? This is why our Lord had sent guides to guide us. The journey that's supposed to take 3 days is going to take us years. We'll still get there, but we don't have a guide. Why? And our journey is never ending. You know, it's not just this world. It's not just the grave. The grave is another journey. The afterlife is still a journey. You're still going to journey. You're not going to be stuck in the clouds somewhere and play or you're not just going to be in a nice place eating and drinking water. You're still journeying because your aim is Allah. So look to the intention. Does the intention then fit to the action? Look to the intention. Look with the eyes of the holy ones that Allah has sent. Not according to the eyes of our ego. Enough. We did that already. Should be enough. We did it through the eyes of our desires, the world. Okay. So we are not free. We are a prisoner between two breaths. So ask yourself, what is my intention? Why am I doing this, really? Am I doing this for my own benefit? Am I doing this because I'm angry? Am I doing this because I'm trying to escape? Am I doing this for my own benefit? Am I doing this so people look at me like this or like that? Or am I doing this because I want to be of some service to people? Am I expecting anything back? In Islam, it's called ikhlas. No? You don't expect anything back. Whether the person spits at you or the person thanks you, it should not matter so much. We're humans, of course. Once in a while it does, but at the end of it, then we are taught. Yes, as our Shaykh says, everything is coming through him. Whether it is a rose or the thorn of a rose, it's from him. Now, if you measure that of your love and your gratitude to him, then it shouldn't matter so much because it's all from him. We are humans, we understand. We may cry a little bit, we may be sad a little bit, but we get up a little bit more because as a whole, world doesn't revolve around us, you know. Man is not the center of all things. It's not. So, once you see bigger picture, how beautiful it is. We're sitting here, so many problems. Everyone has problems. Individuals, to groups, to countries, men, women, everyone has problems. Never America has problems, China has problems, Russia has problems, Africa, everyone. No satisfaction, no happiness in these days especially. But Hazrat Maulana is saying, you think that you have so many problems, you will die. Everyone is going to die. But when you're raised back, you're going to come out of your graves dancing. Dancing. Because whatever that we think that is so important, it is not. There are things that are very important, but not so many of the things that we think is important. What is the most important thing? Your Creator. The ones that He loved. To love those whom He loved. To serve. That's more important. Then look, am I living my life like that? You understand? Don't get too lost in thinking. What are you thinking? What, you think we're so smart? Like that, we can lose our memory. Now, what we're going to rely on? You read so many books. Something may happen and you may forget everything. It's a nightmare, isn't it? And why? We think spirituality is in the head. Heart, yes, but not this physical heart. You understand? Because we are not created like this. As Maulana is saying again, I came from somewhere and I'm going back to somewhere. Of that I'm certain. Huh? This is temporary. This is just a phase which we have to die to enter into another one. So, I'm remembering, somebody told me, maybe it fits. Man is carrying a candle and he's saying, where is this light from? The boy is looking and he blew out the candle. And he says, where did it go? So many questions, so many games. So, we are not this. We are not new. We are very ancient. As our sheikhs taught us, we're older than the angels. We're older than the throne. We're older than anything that Allah has created. The ruh, the spirit coming from Allah. We are a treasure and we are a secret that we still don't know. And the prophets, they came to teach. Each according to the level. Sometimes they understand more, sometimes less. Doesn't matter. The way is open for everyone. Male, female, black, white, young, old. Most ancient. So, we live in this world. We have to obey the laws of this world. We have to obey the laws of this country. And we live in a place where it's giving us, is not interfering into our beliefs. That is good. We cannot take that for granted. But this country, like this or like that, it was also built based on that. Yes?
Yes.
But what we believe in, as what the prophets and the saints have told us, and they told us step by step what is going to happen. It's not prophecy. They know the whole story. They know the story from before. They know the story is going to come. And they say, this is the story. You want to believe, you believe. You don't want to believe, you will understand one day. And step by step we're seeing it. And this is how in each particular chapter, this is how it's good for you to behave like this, in order not to lose sight of the more important things. Understand? So these are the days of Ahir Zaman. Islam is not apocalyptic. It's never been. Except for these times. And that button is about to be pressed. So, what do? You do your job. You do what you're supposed to do. As the Prophet says, if you know you're going to die tomorrow, and your job is to plant a date tree, as our Sheikh says, a date tree takes 40 years for it to bear fruit. He says you need to plant the date tree. So you concentrate on that. That is the more difficult thing, to balance this and this. To walk the middle path, to run from one extreme. Be patient. Fight against your anger. Fight against your anger. Don't be patient with your anger. Anger should be patient with you. Don't be patient with shaitan. You need to protect yourself. You cannot take this. Move slowly into their law. You understand? You cannot put your law on them too. You move slowly into their law. Then you can be in harmony. So, at the end of the day, we say, may Allah accept our intentions. And may He accept our broken actions. And we're asking for more forgiveness and compassion. Allah gives. That's not the question. The question is, do we give? Do we give forgiveness? Do we give compassion? That has always been the question. So easy to say yes until the time comes. May Allah not test us. May Allah forgive you and bless you. May Allah raise the station of Sahib al-Saif, inshallah. Al-Fatiha.